Hi everyone, this is Justin Kino of Game in the Brain, and we are looking at the current changes of this world generator spreadsheet. So, as you might have noticed, if you guys have bought the product and have access to the sheet, actually, it's really nothing stopping anyone from just grabbing access to this sheet. Um, Call this. I continuously update it, fixing problems. I've not yet fixed the other problem regarding some missing zone information, especially since zones for gas worlds are different. The other special types of gas worlds are metallic metals that have turned into gas. So it has to be in a hot zone, a really hot zone. Um, so yeah, I haven't fixed that part. Problems up front. But good news is, call this now. I don't know if you noticed, like there's these. So I'm using um, rand operators. Rand. This is the rand operations. Rand between operations, and then cutting and pasting them. Thus, the values don't change. So rand always changes for every time the sheet is edited. This is considered an editing of the sheet. So you'll notice that um, call this, you'll notice that every time I turn this on and off, like the values get changed. Um, that's okay. What matters is certain things over here. Uh, what else? Um, yeah. So you'll also notice that there's now habitability without technology. So there's an assumption that there's no. You can just apply the technology modifiers for this. Like you can have like a habitat here, but you just add the technology modifier. The technology modifier, I have to clarify, is a passive one. More like the society can build this up. But if it's an active one, meaning people are investing a lot of money to make this place habitable, then the modifier can double or triple its bonus to the habitability. Okay, so data. Let's look for habitability modifier. Habitability. So here are the habitability modifiers. Let's look for tech level. Wait, that's habitability modifier for the hazard. Where's the tech levels habitability? Is it? No, no, no. I know it's kind of farther down. Oh, here it is. Tech level habitability. So yeah, I think the formula here is zero point 0.5 every level. So if you have a tech level 6, 8, a high tech level, you have 6. You can make it more habitable, and you can of course double that the more investment. Like we have our tech level that makes us live better here in the more habitable parts of Earth, but you will have to invest more if you're gonna be building a society in the Sahara Desert, in the middle of the ocean, on the poles. So yeah, tech. This is like a passive, but if this is a passive basic stuff, but more habitability can be invested in. I have not yet figured out how I'm going to reflect that because it should have a drain on the economy. It should have an effect in the economy that you spend more live just to live than the other person. But it's still cheaper than. Well, it depends. It can be cheaper than space. Like example would be, is it cheaper to have floating cities with vacuum airships in Venus, in Jupiter, than it is etc. But I guess you can't do it in Jupiter. It's just too turbulent. I guess in Venus it might be possible, but otherwise you might. Uh, the question is what is it should reflect on the economy, and it I might have economy modifier. I might make the economy poorer relatively when the increase in the support the inhabitable and habitability. Okay, so habitability there. So you'll notice like, oh wow, these worlds have a lot of negative habitability. So you need to spend a lot of tech level just to make them more habitable. Which is you'll also notice that the generate system is now here. That way, when you're scrolling down and you want to look at a particular thing, you don't have to like go back up and click. Unfortunately, the system like jumps to the very last item that was cut and pasted, which is this. Um, anyway, so that there. So now we have a radius for the terrestrial worlds, which matter more. The dwarf worlds not, because we don't have a gravity rule. Is there a gravity rule? I think there is. I haven't put the gravity rule, and it's not a priority for the dwarf planets, the radius, because the gravities are really low for dwarf worlds. Uh, so because so what happens is, I think gravity here. So gravity is just a factor of, so since gravity is a factor of gravity constant, mass, radius. So 1 Earth gravity is equal to Earth mass over Earth radius squared. So you can work back. You can work that back. So if you want to get the radius, you can move radius here, gravity as the divisor, and you can ignore gravity constant as just make it Earth mass, and then so radius squared equals Earth mass divided by gravity, and then square root the entire formula to get the radius. So I'm not sure if this is correct, if my math is correct, because I don't do this kind of algebra in my day job. uh, Call this, and if I did, given that I'm mostly doing soft skills or EQ skills to convince people to do what is best for them. Uh, so as a project manager, I usually spend my time presenting evidence and data for people to perform tasks that are best for them, and using my skills to find wastes in their time, things that waste their time, the things that they should not have to do. Stuff like creating spreadsheets that automatically update and all these stuff. Like, as a process improvement person, you can see waste everywhere, and people don't clean or organize their tasks, eliminating tasks that are unnecessary, and creating and-on systems that automatically self-check itself. So and-on systems is a concept in Lean and Toyota manufacturing systems. So my job is to usually convince people to make more efficient systems, so they have more time to have training regarding the new software we're implementing. Uh, yeah, so call this. I don't have time to do those kinds of high level math. Most of my skill set is dealing with people, and rolling sense motive, rolling common sense, roles, being able to take what they said and not just build not and work it out as a puzzle. Five people will have contradicting, on the surface, contradicting facts or observations, and I will have to do the analysis. Where is it true that A, B, C, and D people is true, and what is and apply Occam's razor to look at for the strongest factors and simplify it, and as well as getting all this information and convincing stakeholders to act on the best interest. That's where my game theory, game design comes in, making people act in their best interests, the lowest cost, where they win-win. They win with another party, they win, I win, they win, we all win, and that. So you don't get to have that skill set and juggle a lot of math. Although I'd really love to juggle math. It's just that most problems are people related. So thus you tend to shift towards a more social management role if you want to help a lot of people. And of course, the math part, I have friends who are much better than me in math. So I just have to call this, get consultation and other stuff for that. So yeah, if our math is wrong, please tell us. I don't have time to be very good at math. Uh, if there's a better way the sheet can achieve its goals, yeah, please give us feedback. And yeah, let us find out how to make this a better product. So far, the main problem right now is the zones, and having to figure out the logic of the zones. So yeah, So hide sheet. So you'll notice that the zones, there are a lot of keywords being used, and there's a lot of joint text being used to combine. And we have this very expansive table that, um, if this that, and then a simple VLOOKUP is being used to check which where the planet is positioned. So there's that. I just have to remember how to do that. Remember how to do that, and thus create stuff. In summary, one of the things about habitability is that if you're gonna increase the habitability by using technology, I guess you have to affect the poverty level, because it shows you have to reflect the drain on the economy of it, and of course how fragile the economy is when the system has a lot, and of course it shows the subsidy, it shows the all these other things. Uh, I guess yeah, if your system is wealthy, you knock it back. Like if there's wealth levels for a system, so yeah, you gotta knock it back down. Okay, so yeah, thanks for your time. Have a good. I hope you guys have a good day, and feel free to give us feedback, leave us a comment, email me, call this, and yeah, feel free to comment also on the sheet. Um, I disabled the comments because people can insert malicious code in the comments. So malicious links in the comments. So call this, yeah. So just send us an email, send us feedback, and we'll try to see if we can, if it will make the product better, and yeah, we'll take note of it. Again, I take notes because I blog compulsively, so I compulsively write it all down. So it's that you're heard, and we process the information that you give and try to create a better solution based on your feedback. So yeah, thanks for your time and have a good day. Take care.